Welcome to the Achtung video series with a focus on menswear. To get started, we thought we'll talk about the best show in Milan and Paris. Today, it'll be Milan. The shows took off in January 2020. It's a new decade. We're looking at clothes that kind of define the 20s. As we remember, the Roaring 20s in 1920 was a very exciting time in the world, but it was also time between two world wars, so things were kind of crazy. We don't need to tell you we live in crazy times right now, you know, coronavirus all over the world all of a sudden, autocrats like Donald Trump in charge. So things are kind of weird or not stable, and we often feel, or we always feel, that clothes are an indicator of the times we live in. And so these menswear shows were the first shows in the new decade, before the women's wear. Beginning of January, they were held way before the women's collections. So our favorite show in Milan was Ermenegildo Zegna, designed by Alessandro Sartori. Why? Very simple. Alessandro Sartori is we consider him at the moment, the most important menswear designer in the world. He has a smart collaboration with LA-based streetwear label Fear of God, which is just to show how he is within the zeitgeist and makes sure that he doesn't miss a beat in the streetwear category. But he's really a tailor. His mother was a tailor. He's from Biella, which is the famous Italian fabric city. And he's been cutting suits all his life. He had a job at Berluti in Paris, LVMH owned house, where he made shoes and accessories. And from that time, he brought back the skill of making beautiful shoes and sneakers. His Ermenegildo Zegna couture show nearly always has sneakers as an accessory. But what's really outstanding, or what was outstanding about the show is three things. First of all, the tailoring. He came up with a new suit silhouette where the buttons were slightly askew to the right to make a more taut and tight silhouette, mostly in 2-button and 3-button jackets, which opened the show. Was look number 1. Our favorite look was number 2. And then he came up with a smart belted jacket, which he belted on the side, which is a kimono effect, but was something that shows that this is a tailor who wants to bring his craft and his trade to the next level and wants to innovate. Best about this show is that Zegna, under the direction of Sartori, puts the money where the mouth is, and that means they're serious about recycling, upcycling, and sustainability. Meaning nearly 50% of the yarns used in the show are from old, upcycled materials, stuff that they found in the Zegna factories. As you know, when you cut a suit, you have wastage, and they have used this wastage to make new yarns to come up with the fabrics for this show. Another great idea that he had was the layering. There was lots of layering of bomber jackets over tailored suits. He came up with a great new Zegna logo, like an abstract Z that we liked a lot. The models were berets, which was kind of like a cool styling trick. And then, since we're a German magazine, we of course loved his collaboration with Leica, the best German camera maker. So some of the models just have nonchalance to show that they're serious, maybe reporters. The models had cameras dangling around their neck. And the models, we have to say, this was the best casting he's ever done. This was a great lineup of black and ethnic and Indian and white and Russian looking boys that all were kind of tough, which was needed, and made this a wonderful and amazing show.